Hey everybody, welcome to Harmon Renovations. I'm Aaron, and we're back with another video on rebuilding my little cabin here. So, still not out of the bathroom. I know that's getting a little old and boring, but in the last video, we messed around and got our utility closet done a little bit. And I've done quite a bit of work since filming of the last video that I'm about to show you right now. And the bathroom is really close. I know I put in the last video title, the bathroom's almost done, and it was. And it's still almost done. So, as we're walking in there, you might notice there's a washer and dryer in there. That's right, we got our washer and dryer. They're hooked up, they work. I have been using them. Hot water heater's all hooked up. That thing works amazing. I do not regret my decision to get the on-demand one at all. And you may notice we got our trim done here for this. Yeah. And as we walk in here, we got trim there. And we got trim here. And here. And here. All the trim work in the bathroom is done. Now you may wonder why half of it's painted and half of it's not. Well, I originally was not going to trim around the inside of this door opening, and when I got the boards inside there open or installed, I looked at it and figured that it would look a lot better with this trim here. So I put it in. If I wouldn't have done that, the boards that I used for that would have done this and that and that, and everything would have been painted. But the window, and the reason the window trim's not painted is because I had to build it in place. So obviously we'll come back, we'll paint those, it will all match, everything will be okay. Also, don't know how well you can tell on the camera, but you might see it's really glossy and shiny right there. Clear caulked in the corner. We filled in all the holes all the way around, and we caulked the shower. I still have to caulk right there. Obviously I just put that in. All that's caulked, all that's caulked, all that's caulked, all that's caulked. Around the sink top is caulked. Around the toilet is all caulked, with the exception of that one spot I just showed you, and where the handle and the spout for the tub go. Everything is caulked, everything is trimmed, everything is polyurethane. The washer and dryer are hooked up and working. I got the shower head up, it's done. Art finished the electrical. I mean, we've got GFIs with covers, switch covers. Our lights actually mounted to the ceiling. Everything works, everything's done. And you may be going, man, other than a little bit of caulking and a little bit of painting, it looks like you're done. And I almost am. I have to put this drawer face permanently non-opening on here. Need to do the same thing with the second drawer. By the way, the sink and drain and everything's all hooked up. Has a new faucet. It all works great. Everything's good. I'm going to be able to make a usable drawer out of the bottom. Top two, I will not. So they're just going to be drawer faces. I will modify the bottom drawer so that it can work, and that will be good. So that being said, I have that left to do. I have a really cool idea that I'm about to do. Well, it's really cool in my opinion, for a shower curtain rod. We're about to do that. And then I want to build a little table shelving unit thing right here in between the washer and dryer that I can set like my laundry detergent and stuff on. And then at some point or another, I'm gonna have to kind of figure out what I want, whether it be a cabinet to hang on the wall or shelves to put washcloths and towels and bathroom stuff on. I'll have to figure that out. But for the moment, as it goes, I can do the 2 or 3 things that I just mentioned, and we can have the bathroom done. So we're going to start out with the shower curtain setup, because I'm super excited about getting that put up. I've been putting it off for like 3 weeks while I worked on other stuff. So now's the time. We're gonna get it done. Okay, so for the shower curtain rod, I've got galvanized pipe. What? Yeah, galvanized pipe. So what we're gonna do is, and I got a T here. I'm going to take that T, screw it on the end of this pipe. And these don't have to be like super perfect tight or anything like that. But so, I think you get the picture. I've got end pieces that are going to screw to the wall. One's going to go to the ceiling. I'm just trying to remember. I believe I bought the short one to go on here, and the long one is supposed to go up to the ceiling, if I remember right. I think I do. All right. I'm going to take this over to the shop, put it in the vise, because this T and this 90 have to be right, and if they're not, it's going to screw everything up. Everything else just goes straight on, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to take it over in the vise at the shop, get it tight and facing the right direction, then I'll come back, we'll keep going. Okay, I just went ahead and put the rest of this together, and now what I'm going to do is take it and put it up against the ceiling. And well, first off, I had the piece from the pipe to the ceiling that I had bought was too long, because I measured it when before I put the window and the trim up. So I went over to my buddy Art's house, and Art has a pipe cutter or a pipe threader and everything else that you need to be a cool guy. He's got it. So we cut that down to where it was going to work for us. And so now I'm going to go ahead and get this put up. Like so. And then I will measure from here, from the ceiling down to the bottom of my pipe, which is about 7 1/8. So now I'll come up here and we'll measure down to about 7 and 1/8, and I can't do anything because I didn't bring my drill over. Okay, so now 7 1/8 should be right about there. We might be a little low. That's about 7 1/4, but 1/8 of an inch drop over that amount of space isn't that bad. And that's actually closer to like yeah, they're the same. They're good. I gotta go get a couple more screws. I'm gonna go ahead and stick another one down here just to help hold it. Alright. And then we'll get over here and measure this. And that's pretty much right where it needs to be. Looks pretty straight. So we're just gonna send her home. Now, when you want your house to be unique and or not necessarily so much that, but like I kind of did what I had to here. Like this bathtub was backwards. I didn't want to block the window, so I did the partial wall, so I got to have a shower curtain over here, so on and so forth. Kind of just have to figure it out. And that's pretty much what I did, and I think it's awesome. Kind of gives it an industrial look, and like everything else in the house, some of it's vintage, some of it's antique, some of it's industrial. It's just whatever fits the build, literally. So that ain't going nowhere. Okay, 2 more screws. This project will be done. Okay. That is pretty cool. I really, really like it. And I'm just looking at it, and it looks like this long end dips, well, let's just see. That's about dead on. And that is perfectly level. Like, it doesn't get any closer than that. But if you stand back here and look at it, it kind of looks like it's off, but I'm super stoked with it. That is exactly what I envisioned. And now, this was like down here. Now that we got it up higher with our shower head being so high, I mean, the water's gonna come down kind of at an angle like this. Will be well below our curtain, so that's good too. But all right, we got a table to build. We've got a sink basin to finish. Nothing to it but to do it. Okay, I took the faces off 2 of the drawers. And nailed them back to the cabinet. I had to. There was no room whatsoever to make partial drawers like I'm going to do with this bottom one. Now, that being said, on this bottom one, I want to try to keep as much of the drawer as I can, because it'd be nice to have a drawer just to put stuff in, whatever. So I can go back from the front face. I can have about 12.5 inches of drawer over to about, I don't know, probably here-ish. And then I need to cut the back of the drawer down probably in half to clear my P-trap. So we'll do something like that. Something like that. And I'm going to be really precise with this, you know, because that's how I am. That seems pretty good. That does too. And of course, why wouldn't the battery die halfway through? Clearance for the P-trap. And I didn't really do any measuring even, so I think that's clearance for the P-trap. We'll call that. And then next thing I'm going to do is leave about enough room here. Alright, well that didn't work out very well. But either way, that's gonna be fun. I don't know how I'm gonna do this without yes I do. I don't have to cut the side because there's room there. So I can just go like this. Then I can leave my what is it, guys? Come on, help me out. The dang runner, or whatever it is. I can't think. You guys see what I did with my pencil? Hey, there it is. Like I said before, I'm just kind of winging this, and we'll see how it turns out. Because at the end of the day, I can always just rip the face off of it and put another false drawer on there. Ta-da! Now, I'm going to get my screw gun, take this off, and then I'm going to get myself a couple little pieces, and I got to rebuild this back to the way it was, only with a cutout. First, I'm going to go stick the drawer in there, make sure my cutout's enough, and as long as it is, then we should be good to go. I'll rebuild that, and then I'll show you guys what we got. Okay, see how good I can get in here where you can see it, but I got our sink all done. And you may go, wait, you were just out there cutting it. Yeah, you were right. I was cutting it, and I test fitted it, and I built it out, and then I test fitted it. And the tracks are kind of a pain in the butt to get loose because my fingers are too big. So once I got it put together and I test fitted it and it fit, I was like, yep, we're done. I'll grab the camera and I'll show you guys how it went. So here is the finished product. It's got a little wall there. It clears everything down there, and it's good to go. So sink's done. I'm happy with it. Check one more thing off the box. We got to build our little shelf right here. We got to paint some trim, and that should be it for the bathroom. But it's my bedtime. I need to go home, and we'll get back on it first thing in the morning. All right, well, I kind of left off where I left off, and kind of got some work done, and I can finally say, oh, a whirly bird on the roof, it's windy outside. Sorry about that. I just heard a noise. I couldn't figure out what it was. I can finally say the bathroom is done. So all the trim is painted everywhere except for, don't look right there because I just flat out missed it. But all this trim that wasn't painted before, painted now. Our shower curtain support rod is in. Trim over there is painted. The window surround is finished and painted. This got another coat of paint. Some of this will get polyurethane because there's a chance it'll get wet. I already showed you that the cabinet was done, the drawers rebuilt, it's opened. I don't want to like spin you guys in a circle and make you sick. But outlet covers are on, lights mounted to the ceiling. I've showed you guys everything. It's all done. Washer and dryer are in here. They work great. I've been using them. On-demand hot water heater. It was cheap on Amazon and it works fantastic. I love the thing. Gets hot fast. And I know I didn't show you guys this yet because it just got done today and I haven't filmed it all today. But tub valve, shower, all that is done. And when I was putting the wall up, this screw right here, I put right there. Oh, that silicone's still wet. I put right there and I missed the stud. And I knew that my PEX that goes up to the shower head ran right along that stud. And I crossed my fingers that I didn't hit that PEX and that it was gonna be okay. And my buddy goes, oh no, it didn't go through the PEX. The screw would have just pushed the PEX out of the way. Okay, stupid. I siliconed everything up and everything else. Well, today my plumber buddy was over and I said, hey, while you're here, can you just throw that together because you know how to do it? And he's like, yeah, no problem. And I was standing right here and he turned it on and he turned the shower head on and he's sitting down here, you know, messing with that, looking up at that, and I'm like, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off, I'm getting wet, turn it off. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, water hasn't even started coming out of the shower head yet. Well, we had full water pressure coming out the hole where I ran that screw through that PEX. So I spent about an hour and a half today taking the shower surround back down and fixing the PEX, put a union in it and re-crimped it and ran it and made sure it didn't leak and yabla bitty habla. And so it's all done, it's all fixed, everything works. All my water works, all my drains work, everything is good. So really happy about that. Like I said, there's a couple shelves that I want to put a shelf in there in between the washer and dryer to hold laundry detergent and whatever else, and I'm gonna have to put another shelf in there somewhere to hold like towels and washcloths and stuff like that. But I'm not sure if I want to like hang a cabinet on the wall or if I want to just put a shelf up or whatever. I haven't really decided, but that's not so much finishing the bathroom. In my opinion, the bathroom is done. As far as doing shelves to hold towels and little tables to hold laundry soap and stuff like that, I consider that furnishing, and we're not going to be furnishing the house until the house is done being renovated. So the bathroom is done at this point. Like, unless I need to use it or do laundry, don't even need to go back in there. Now, next project, I'm just going to fill you guys in on what it is, and then we're going to call it a day. But as you may see, you've been walking around in here with me quite a bit. There's a floor over here, and until about an hour ago or half hour ago, you may not have even known that. But anyways, got this area cleaned up. All my friends and everybody's been telling me, oh, do your bedroom next, and I was going to, but I got this really cool door that Art fixed for me, and I spent a lot of time sanding and polyurethaning and making this handle into it, or this wrench into a door pull, and cleaning it and clear coating it and polyurethaning the door. I spent a lot of time on that, and I really want to get that door hung up over the bathroom opening for my barn door. It's going to have a slider and slide. So if I can get that wall painted and maybe trimmed just at the bottom at least, then I can put that barn door up. And that's going to do two things. That's going to make me happy because my barn door's up and I'm really looking forward to it. And it's also going to get that big door and this box right here out of my way. And then that will be done. And then since I already have the kitchen cleaned up, except for the pile that I swept up and haven't picked up yet because there's still a lot more sweeping that I need to do. The kitchen's all cleaned out. I can go ahead and my cabinets are like sitting in place. Like, I gotta rough measure that one again to make sure I left enough room for the stove. And this one is like where it's gonna be. It's already been cut for the water lines in the drain and all that. Like, it literally needs to be mounted. That needs to be mounted. I'm gonna build like a little shelf thing here in the corner, and then I can put my countertops on. And then, other than like cutting a hole and putting the sink in and stuff and building cabinet, well, I was gonna say it's almost done, but it's kind of not. But anyways, that'll get me further along, and I won't have countertops sitting on the floor and stuff, which will leave more open area. And the bedroom is still, like, I've got it set up with sawhorses and everything to start painting our wood. So that's something I can work on. Like, I can put a board up there and paint it, or prime it at least, and then put it up on the wall, and then set another board up there and paint it. And while I'm letting the boards dry, I can be working on my cabinets or something else. So I kept the bedroom clean, it can still be worked on. I got the kitchen clean, it can still be worked on. And honestly, I like threw away a lot of garbage and took out a lot of like wood cutoffs and stuff that were in the way. And now I just have like a little bit of stuff. I mean, it's kind of a lot still, but a smaller amount of stuff here in the living room. And the living room can be the last room, because honestly, I can move in without a living room. Like, that's not that big a deal. And I guess I just gave that away because I didn't tell you guys before, but the reason I'm renovating this house is because I'm moving into it. So we'll leave that at that. But anyways, with all that being done and said, bathroom is finally done. I'm super excited about getting the barn door hung up, and then we can get started on another room. I can paint this over to here. I'm doing upper cabinets and backsplash. So from like probably the window over, I don't have to worry about painting to the far edge of this window, and then I'll move the refrigerator and paint over there. So for right now, I'm probably gonna paint this wall and over here, and then we can do the ceiling and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, thank you guys that watched this so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. So y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time.